I'm making some Italian beefs. If you're from Chicago, then you know. And if you know, you know. And I also made some Chicago-style hot dog for my client, and this is how I did it. I took some beef stock, and I put it in my pressure cooker. I put about a whole quart of beef stock, and then I added my seasoning blend. If you was on a live, then you saw all the seasonings that I used for this. I also added some water, about 2 cups of water, and then I added some bay leaf and a little garlic paste. I gave it a stir just to make sure everything was mixed in together thoroughly. Oh, I also added beef bouillon. Cannot forget the beef bouillon. That is the key ingredient for real. I added about 2 spoonfuls. Then I added my sliced shaved roast beef to it. We don't have a Portillo's out here in LA. We have one all the way in Buena Park. So I'm giving my client some like hometown, goodness, I guess you could say, because he's from Chicago. And I also made a giardiniera pepper mix. So I cut up some carrots and some celery. I also cut up some jalapeno peppers, serrano peppers, and bell peppers for my Italian beef. Now, I sliced these tomatoes for the hot dogs, the Chicago-style hot dogs, and I made the relish. Well, the relish was already made. I just went ahead and added a few drops of food coloring so it could have a little more greenish color to it, because most of the Chicago-style hot dogs is like, the relish is like deep green in color. This is my giardiniera pepper mix, so I got some vinegar and I added some oil to it and some Italian seasoning, and then I'm going to do a quick pickle on this. So I added some sugar and I added the cauliflower and everything that I cut up into the mix, and then I brought it to a boil, took it out, put it in the refrigerator, and let it sit. And then for my cheese sauce, I mixed some flour and butter equal parts, and then I went ahead and added some milk. For this sauce, I used Velveeta cheese just so it would have the Portillo's type of thickness and the same similar taste. So I used mild cheddar cheese and Velveeta cheese, and I let that melt down. I let it simmer and melt down until it got to a good consistency. And right here, I'm going to sweat my peppers, and so I put them on the griddle and with some butter and olive oil mixed together, and I'm going to just let those cook. This is the cheese sauce after it was almost done. Cheese wasn't completely melted, but it was on its way. This is just me stirring the peppers, making sure that the oil is getting them all coated and stuff. And this is the Italian beef meat after it's been cooked. This meat was so good. When I make this, I make Italian beef fries for myself because they be so good. This is the cheese sauce when it's done. I like to butter and toast my hot dog buns, okay? So I'm buttering up the buns. I put them on a griddle, and I'm toasting them, and then I dust them with some poppy seeds because, once again, we do not have poppy seed buns in LA. So I got to do what I have. This is the hot dogs after they have been built, and this is everything after it's done and everything is, I guess, put together. I guess you could say I got the cheese fries, Chicago-style hot dogs, and Italian beefs.